Well, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Daily Brew. It's Friday.
We're so excited.
Our best day, right? Yeah,
Just
I like
a few
that.
hours from the weekend.
Yeah, it is. Okay, and lots of things happening here in our area this weekend. We have all the Juneteenth celebrations happening, and even the Bentonville Film Festival, that's going on right now.
Oh yeah, and that is huge. I mean, we've got celebrities from all over coming out for this. You've got filmmakers from around the world that are here.
Yep.
So it really is such a neat thing in our little town of Bentonville.
It is. And let's go out. We got Jacob Luthi, reporter Jacob Luthi out there. He's live. I know you're looking forward to checking out maybe some films, Jacob, but what's the buzz looking like this morning?
Yeah, guys, this is a really cool film festival. Kind of the more I've been learning about it, the more just being able to understand kind of really what I've been hearing about is that this is really just a launching pad for a lot of people when it comes to their filmmaking careers, especially right here in Arkansas. One local film that I wanted to kind of talk about was the John L. Colbert documentary that aired here on Wednesday. That was part of their Juneteenth films, and that's about former Fayetteville Superintendent John L. Colbert, about his rise from a bus driver at 17 years old to becoming one of the most influential people when it comes to Arkansas educators, especially here in Northwest Arkansas. That was one of the films that I know that we've been talking about a lot that aired right here at Skylight Cinema this week. But that's just the type of films that are here, kind of these really in-depth personal stories from a lot of creators. Like I said, they have that new homegrown category here, and that's just super cool that really that this film festival is saying, you know, we're going to get all these people from around the country to come show their pieces, but also let's, you know, show some from our local storytellers as well. So that's what's been happening all week. And then obviously this weekend, there's going to be a lot of cool events, a lot of fun movie screenings outdoors, and I mean, you couldn't have picked a better weekend to do it, right? The sun shines out. It's right in my eyes right now, but it's out right now and it feels good. But no, it just seems like they're trying to get people as engaged in this as possible.
It's absolutely amazing, Jacob. And I just want to talk about, have you seen like a lot of people, because I know people, you know, from all over come, right? Is there a lot of people already sort of like showing up already? Because, you know, there are a lot of local films too, right?
Yeah, and just, okay, I have another question going with that. As people are showing up, Jacob, the parking situation, does it look like they have some areas like kind of marked off for people that are coming with all that construction down there?
Yeah. Well, we've been mainly right here in front of the Skylight Cinema. This is kind of where the main movie screenings are happening. There's a lot of stuff happening. I mean, there's stuff going on at the momentary. It's all spread out throughout this city, so I think parking is not that big of an issue. I know all that construction going on downtown has been kind of a nuisance for a lot of people in the city, but not really an issue, but just because given the fact that, you know, it's all spread out. Different events are happening at different auditoriums all over the area, right? You have the screenings at the momentary, you have screenings right here, you have things happening right in the downtown square. So I wouldn't say parking's that much of an issue, but no, definitely the celebrities and just people have been out. I mean, like I mentioned in the show, Al Roker was at Crystal Bridges. Allison Felix, the Olympian, she was there as well. She did a speech. You have Brenda Song's going to be here tonight. If any Sweet Life is Zach and Cody fans out there, she's going to be here tonight. She'll be doing a conversation and kind of talking about her life in the industry. So a lot of people here this week, and I'm sure it's, you know, today and tomorrow are really big days as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of celebrity faces for sure. And
London Tipton?
London Tipton, yeah, big fans. But what was you saying about Wicked? How many times have you seen Wicked, Jacob?
Yeah, well, I've seen Wicked 3 times.
As you should have.
Well, 4 if you count. I saw it a 4th time. I saw it in the Pantages Theater, and then I saw it the movie 3 times. So technically, I've seen it 4 times. But I want to see it again. I can watch it as many times as I want. I love it. But yeah, they're going to be showing that at the momentary this weekend. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. I know, like they said, the weather's gonna be perfect. Y'all should come out. I know, Joe, you haven't seen it yet. I think that's what I overheard, and I think when we talked about it last time, you haven't seen it yet. I think you need to come out and watch.
Well, I think you might be right. If you say it's good, I'm gonna take your word for it. Danny's over here pointing at me. I think he thinks it's good too.
We'll all join you out there.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I'm not a musical fan, but Wicked, I
So
really enjoyed.
good. Yeah, I've got to go back because the new one's coming out later this year, so we need to refresh the memory.
Absolutely. Now, Jacob, don't forget, have some fun while you're out there, okay? And then bring us back something good. Bring us back a souvenir.
Of course. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks. We'll talk to you later. All right, so let's talk about the Hogs' return home, okay? College World Series, it lost to LSU twice.
It hurt.
It does.
I was on the side of TikTok yesterday where it was all the sad videos of them crying after the loss. Coach Van Horn, he kind of got choked up in his interview, but you could just tell how much the team meant, like how close they were.
Yeah.
And one thing that I thought was really neat was I love to read comments on like videos.
Yeah.
And so many LSU fans who beat them. And LSU fans are usually pretty ruthless, but so many were commenting on these posts about the Razorbacks were their hardest opponent, how they had so much respect for the team, how classy the team was, how it broke their heart while they were celebrating to see how sad they were. So it's kind of like the Razorbacks kind of touched hearts, I feel like, all over the country.
I think so. And of course, whenever they came home, a lot of fans lining up to catch them. Check out the hog call they gave them. A really good effort, right? Impressive.
I'm glad that they did that too, the fans, just because, I think when you lose and you have fans that are so invested, it's hard to not think that like you let the fans down, right? And so just to see that fans were proud as to how far you made it and they're still going to support you no matter what. Is that our friend Rick Bowick right there? Looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've just got some dedicated Hog fans, and to see that, hey, we're still going to support you. Thanks for a great season. I think that's really good for the players and the coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, they were one of the 4 best teams in the country, and that's not something a lot of teams can say. Obviously, championship expectations with how good this team was, but still, it was a very impressive season nonetheless, and they'll be good next year. But again, like you said, it's nice that the fans are there because especially after a big loss like that, you're thinking, oh boy, like they're going to hate us, like, oh, same old Arkansas. But no, the fans were passionate, but they're supporting the guys, and I really respect that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's talk about the NBA Finals, right? First Game 7 in NBA Finals in 9 years. Pacers clinching it there.
Yeah, they're making that game happen. So this was the 6th one, making them tie 3-3 now.
Okay.
So that 7th game, this is going to be a good game because it's like, who's going to take it? Each game before this, it's like, okay, well, now this person has the chance, or now we can still go and win. But it's like, this is the final one.
Yeah, and so it's been a very back-and-forth series. Pacers went up 2-1. OKC then took it 3-2. Pacers won last night. Their star player, Tyrese Halliburton, playing with a calf strain, pretty bad calf strain. He's gunning it out. There he is right there. Got to shout him out because he's an Iowa State guy, actually my age, went the same class as me. A little bit better.
Oh, were y'all friends?
No, heck no. No, I'm not going to act like I knew him. I never saw him in any classes or anything.
What were you doing?
Actually, my girlfriend went to school with his girlfriend, so a little bit of an Iowa
So are
connection.
they friends?
No.
No one's friends with anyone?
I know, sorry. But so Game 7 Sunday, as Joe mentioned, first Game 7 in 9 years, which if you're any NBA fans, that was LeBron coming back 3-1 down against the Golden State Warriors. That was a great game. It's in Oklahoma City, and I know
this is huge for our people.
This is huge. You got Jalen Williams and Isaiah Joe from Fort Smith playing in these finals. I see Isaiah Joe playing a pivotal role, so we'll see what happens. They're both very good teams, and I expect an absolute dogfight on Sunday.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. All right, let's talk about the Stanley Cup. Have you seen this? Got a little bit banged up. The Panthers won their 2nd consecutive championship, and then
this is a aluminum foil.
Yeah.
I was like, these aren't the real ones. These are just fans bringing their replicas. Okay, so we're getting word that, couldn't use the real one. But, when these teams win, you may have seen it. A few years ago when Tom Brady won the Super Bowl.
They threw it.
Yeah, they were in the water and he chucked it to Gronk.
That is one of my favorite videos.
And so they have a good time. I know back in 2018, Alexander Ovechkin and the Capitals won, and it was their first ever Stanley Cup. And Alexander Ovechkin's one of the best. I mean, he's the all-time goal scorer in NHL history, surpassing Gretzky. Anyway, all that being said, he celebrated for like a week. These guys will celebrate for a week. They'll take the cup with them back to their countries, wherever they're from, wherever, any state. They'll drink whatever, not just water.
Out of it.
Yeah, out of it. And it's heavy. It's like 40 pounds at least. So unfortunately, they have a little bit of fun with it, and things happen. So that sometimes they've dropped it on the ice.
I don't know if y'all saw this TikTok. I don't know who it was. I wish I could remember which player it was now. But one of the players rang his neighbor's Ring doorbell at 5 a.m. because they'd been out celebrating, and he had the Stanley Cup. And he was trying to wake the neighbor up, and you could hear the wife saying, he's coming, because I guess he was friends with like the husband that was the neighbor next door.
I've not
and I
seen
think
that.
they were a little bit older, so maybe they'd gone to the game and gone home or something.
Well, that's
but he
awesome.
was standing out there just holding the Stanley Cup. He wanted them to come out and see it.
Oh my
That's
God, yeah,
cool.
yeah. And usually the first night is usually the captain that gets it, so that'd be Alexander Barkov. So
I think that was him.
yeah, it was probably him then. So yeah, that's really crazy. And yeah, they'll bring it to like states. I know when Jay Gensel and the Pittsburgh Penguins won it, he grew up in Woodbury, Minnesota, which is close to me, so they brought it and all the fans were able to see it. So that's pretty cool. So there'll be little victory tours going around. Hopefully it won't be damaged any more than it was.
They can
Definitely.
always fix it, right?
I was gonna say that, like I said, it's happened before. They know what they're doing. Just
Yeah, but still be careful.
I was gonna say, they're big fellas and they just won it. I mean, especially for a lot of these guys, it might be their. I mean, they did win back to back, but still, it's a big thing to celebrate.
Yeah,
Toss it
for
around
sure.
a little bit, I guess. I don't know. All right, have you guys heard about this Facebook-fueled rumor about Trader Joe's?
Oh, big time.
I want it.
I know, right? The most recent post in September 2024 that claiming that a local business or how the company was planning to start up in Fayetteville. So the thing is, Trader Joe's currently has just one store, Little Rock, in Oklahoma, but they have them in 42 states.
Yeah, and they have a ton. I mean, Dallas, they're everywhere. I think Tulsa, is that the only one in Oklahoma? Mm-hmm. But it's just like, man, I love Trader Joe's. They have this cookie butter ice cream, life-changing.
Yes.
Can we just, I haven't been, just like a Buc-ee's, I haven't been in a Trader Joe's.
We've got to take you.
I was saying,
I know.
it's very nice. We had them all over Minnesota. They used to have these $2 chucks, they were called, these like little bottles of wine. I think at this point they're like $5 or
$2
6.
chuck?
$2 chuck. That's what they're
$2
called. But they have a very nice wine selection as well. Their food again is very good. A lot
Really
of
pretty
organic stuff.
flowers.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got basically it's just a really nice spot, but for reasonable prices. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the cookie butter ice cream, let me tell you, nothing compares to that one.
But I guess the short answer is no, they're not coming.
Well, just with Walmart, it's hard to get other stores here because you don't
Yeah.
want to just bring in the direct competition.
Yeah, no. All right, this next one we got to talk about.
That's
This
crazy.
80-year-old man drove his compact car down landmark Spanish steps in Rome before getting stuck partway down. Have you seen this?
That's terrifying.
I think he got a little bit confused.
It kind of looks like you could easily make a turn.
Right, like it
from
was a
that
street,
angle.
right?
Yeah.
But he tested negative for alcohol, they say, and it was just cited for, driving down an historic street. How frightening would it be?
It's terrifying and it doesn't look like, it looks like that car could flip at any second.
Yeah, I was saying, it's not,
Oh my goodness.
not necessarily good for either ascending or descending down steps. It's just kind of jagging with every movement.
Yeah, for sure. And those steps are so old, too.
I know. I was saying, that's my question is, were there any reports of any damage of the steps?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, but I mean, this is one of like the most recognizable monuments, right? They lifted it off with a crane, so they had to be,
Because they didn't want to
super
drive it down
easy.
anymore.
Right.
So we're getting our ear from Joan and our producer, shout out Joan, and that there was no damage, so that's good.
Those steps, I mean, things in Rome are just built different. I mean, they have just withstood all these
Well, I was
years.
gonna say, yeah, think about all the monuments out there. I
It's
still need to go. I
wild.
still need to go to Rome. I've never
That's
been to Rome.
incredible.
Never been actually
That's
outside the
great.
country. So
Incredible.
All right, step aside Hollywood. There is a new Pedro Pascal in town. Have you seen this?
I mean,
New York
come
City
on.
dad, George Gauntas, he won the look-alike contest, and it's pretty good.
I think he should have won, right? So his prize, a year's worth of burritos and internet glory
And $50.
Hey, that's $50 he didn't have before.
Right? I'd be more excited about the burritos, though.
I know. I wonder where the burritos are from. That's what I want to know.
And usually when it's for a year, is it like once every month?
Or once
it's-
a day.
Because you guys heard of Culver's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a local one that opened up in Minnesota, actually just last year, and we got coupons. It was like free custard for a year. I was like, all right, sweet. But they gave you like one per month coupons. And it would say like January, and then you had to cash it in January. So you always see that for the year, but how often is it per year?
Yeah,
if you're
'cause that's a
giving me
dad.
that kind of pride, like I want unlimited burritos.
I would hope for
Yeah.
that.
Or at
since
least once a week,
Right,
right?
because this was like for us, it was like the first 50 customers. Hopefully for that, since it's one guy, it would be per week.
Yeah, I hope so, especially like with the family, like, hey, free meals? But I wonder if it's only one burrito, or can you
Right.
get like 3 once a week? Like, how does that work?
I just say give him unlimited burritos.
That's
and,
right.
go.
You know.
He was like identical, so he deserves it.
I was gonna
Breakfast,
say,
lunch, and
yeah.
dinner.
I like it. Breakfast burrito, lunch burrito, dinner burrito.
That sounds good to me.
Absolutely. All right, so it is a Friday. You may be wondering what the weather is looking like heading into the weekend. Well, it's going to be hot.
Yeah, it's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. It's going to be dry. We're getting a break from the rain. We're already about 4 to 5 inches of rain above normal. But now, unfortunately, that rain's left over some humidity. And you notice the forecast is not changing much over the next 7 days. This pattern's going to stay intact, I think, for the rest of June, maybe into portions of early July. And of course, I know 4th of July kind of coming up here, actually 2 weeks from today, I believe. So I'm sure you want it to be a little bit cooler. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Yeah, high temperatures for Northwest Arkansas are going to be in the low 90s this afternoon. The River Valley is going to be in the low to mid 90s. That feels like anywhere from 95 up mid to upper 90s in Northwest Arkansas. Low triple digits like 100 105 for the River Valley. We aren't technically under a heat advisory, but still heat nonetheless to be cautious about. And you notice those 20% rain chance. It's not expected to be anything substantial. This time of year, sometimes you'll get these little pop-up showers. So there's sunshine during the morning, these puffy cumulus clouds develop during the afternoon, and then very hit or miss rain showers during the afternoon, evening, then it fizzles out by sunset. So those 20% not looking to be anything significant. So the theme, hot, humid, and really dry.
Definitely so. But this weekend, that looks like some lake-like weather.
I was gonna say, if you get somewhere
Need a
cool,
boat.
I was gonna say, well, you guys have a boat
You
contact
can't
now.
swim at that lake, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
well.
met a couple park rangers. They were cool. We may hang out with them. Who
Yeah,
knows?
who knows?
I don't know. All right. Go outside and enjoy it. And we'll see you right back here on Monday. Have a great weekend.
We'll see you back here 7 a.m.